Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Today we are back with a brand new game to the channel, and that game is FROSTPUNK. You can see on the bottom here, FROSTPUNK 2 has been announced. There is no release date yet, but I figured before FROSTPUNK 2 is ready to release, it would be a good moment to return to the original and play it on the channel. So we're gonna start it off with a new home right here. We're gonna jump right into that and see how that works out for us.
We roam the still, cold world, no horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress, until the frost stopped it all, suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward, slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Holy hell, that was pretty epic. Whew. Okay, a new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach this side of this generator, only to find it frozen, solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. We have to survive. Fight the cold, we need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Okay, let's first take a look at this game here in general. We have coal, wood, steel and steam cores on the very top here as our main resources. We have a time here that shows currently it's work time that starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. And we have 4 different speeds here between pause, normal, fast and very fast. We also have food up here, which differentiates between raw food and food rations. Raw food cannot be consumed to the best of my knowledge. We need to make food rations out of them so people can eat them. And here you have the temperature overlay. We have here 6 total versions of what it can be: comfortable, livable, chilly, cold, very cold and freezing. We want to maintain at the bare minimum chilly where our people live. As we can see, currently they are livable, but it's not going to stay there for long. So that is the main overview over what we got here. So out of here on the outskirts, we have a few different things. We have steel wreckage right here, wood crates right there, and coal over here. With the coal, we need to start. We need to send 15 people over there, 0 out of 15 currently working on it. So we're gonna send 15 that way. We're gonna send another 15 over here to the steel, and we need wood crates. Actually, is that other one here? Yeah, these here may be closer to that coal pile, so we're gonna take that coal pile. We start with whatever's closest to us at first. So now we have our people working on getting us stuff in that we need. So let's unpause the game and let it run. Meanwhile, we can take a look on the construction menu down here. We have tents, medical posts, cookhouse and hunters huts, as well as a gathering post and a workshop available to us right now. Currently, we don't really need any of that except shelters. So once again, when we can look in here, we have those circles in which we can build around the generator because it radiates heat. So we, for example, want to build our tents closest to our generator, just like our medical posts, for example. Same thing right there. We need to have those nice and warm, no matter how cold it gets, so that we can treat our sick people, and they will get sick no matter what we do about it. So we currently have 38 wood. Let's make it 40. There we go. And we immediately gonna have him construct 4 tents, just like that. Do we have anywhere more wood crates? Yes, right here. We're gonna send engineers over there as well. We have workers, engineers, and we can get some more here later when we unlock it. Can we already do that? Let's see. When we go to the Book of Laws, yes, we can. The Book of Laws is highly important to the game. It branches out in all directions, and there is not only the Book of Laws, but later on other books will become available to us. But the first thing that I want to do is child labor. That's right. We can always choose between a sort of bad thing and a sort of good thing. We can put our children in shelters. They will not work, but hope will rise because they're well taken care of. But at the same time, if we let them work, we get more workers. I mean, we are on the brink of extinction. I don't think we can take any mind to being kind to the children. We need to sign this into law, and we will need to get them out there and work for us immediately. So the other thing is, where do we have more wood? I guess back here in the corner. We're gonna send 15 children back there to bring us more wood. Wood is highly important at the very beginning. Much more than steel. And just below coal, really. The remaining 5 engineers, I would assume, are building currently our first 2 tents. And we have a total of 80 people. We can see down here, 80 people are currently homeless. That is not very good. We need to make sure that we take care of that ASAP, so they don't freeze to death. And the Book of Laws has a cooldown, currently of 16 hours. So every 24 hours we can enact a new law. That's also very important to keep in mind. And the other thing is up here, we have the temperature. So on day 4, about a quarter into day 4, the temperature level will drop significantly, 2 levels. 1 level equals 10 degrees Celsius. We're currently at -20. That seems to be pretty cold, and let me assure you, it is. But -40 is a hell of a lot worse. So I'm gonna let them gather for right now. We can turn up the speed. And every time something important happens, the speed will revert back to normal. So we will see that here very shortly, I believe. We're still at work time. Now it's free time. In free time, our people are not working, but they are capable of building. And a question mark popped up here. That means somebody wants something from us. So let's take a look at what they could possibly want. The generator. The heating is off. The generator is off. People are afraid they'll freeze to death in their sleep if you don't at least turn it on for the night. You have 178 coal. That's not bad. So we can click on the generator here, and we have different levels that we have to unlock with research. Just like different range settings. Also those we can unlock later on. So we're gonna turn on our generator. And we will watch how this here changes now everything. There it is. It just took it a second. Now it's not only livable, now it's comfortable. And even our stockpiles over here are livable. So that's perfect. That's what we want right now. And overnight, that will work just out in our favor. It is still currently free time. We have plenty of wood, so we may as well pause it real quick and plop in another 4 tents. And our people will start working on that immediately. I'm not sure if they're gonna complete it before the night is here. And we can take a look at our other stuff here. Medical post, we don't need one right now because we don't have anybody sick. That will change very soon though, very soon. We have the Hunter's Hut here, and the Hunter's Hut says it has a base heating level of 2. So we can directly put it into the second row here. So let's do that. And we can take a cookhouse. Cookhouse has a base heating level of 1, which is still pretty okay. So I think we're still gonna put it... Well, we could fit it right in here. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna build all this stuff here. Something else that is very important is roads. We need roads. Everything that's green already has a road. So for example, just for the sake of showing it off, if I click here, people will comment they will now build a road along here. Let's turn the speed up, see that happening. This here is our road, and every piece of road costs us 1 wood, so we will also need to manage that later on. Currently it's 5 AM, free time has started again. So free time is from 5 AM till 8 AM, then work time starts and actually go out and gather whatever we need. Something else that is very important, especially in the beginning, is the workshop. Let's take a quick look. It has a base heating level of 2. That is perfect. We're just going to put it right beside here. That should work out just fine. Over here, where did we send our children? Back here. I'm going to take 5 of them off. And let's see, I should be able to put them into here, but I don't think we actually need 5. We're only going to put 2 in there. The cookhouse is really efficient, especially in the beginning. So yeah, we're not going to mess with that. We're just going to put 2 children in there to make our food. That should be alright. And we need to find us some workers though, that we can put into our hunter's hut, so we get more food. This is how we provide a raw food. In the workshop here, we will need 5 engineers. The workshops also stack, so if you build more workshops later down the line, it will increase the speed of our research quite drastically. Also, that is something we need to keep in mind. Highly important. I'm going to turn the speed back up. Actually, let me put some engineers in here and add some research. The first thing we need is the beacon. So we're going to research the beacon. We need to get some scouts up and going really early. And to get scouts up and going, we will need the beacon. So we're going to do that basically right away. Let's take a look. Who is working in here? Engineers. Who is working over here? Workers. So we're going to have no workers work over here anymore. And we're going to put them all into the hunter's hut, and hopefully they get us fresh food in, while our kids over here are making us our first food rations. That should work out perfectly. We currently have 3 sick. 3 sick, now that's suboptimal, which means we need to come into the medical post and we need to build this one. Once again, as close as we can to our base, probably right there should be okay. And we can see the symbol right there. That means we have not connected it to a road, so I'm just going to build one real quick. We have 2 things happening at the same time, so let's see what we can do to help out. Family torn apart. Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we will send out. She urges you to hurry. We will do what we can. Indeed. Don't you worry, we are already on it. And a child was injured at work. A child got distracted at work and has been injured. The accident was not serious and happened entirely due to the child's carelessness. Give this kid a day off, which will then, what's the effect? It says here this child won't work for 24 hours, hope will rise slightly, or scold this kid for being careless. We don't want to drive our hope down anymore, so that one kid will get off 24 hours. Not really what I would like to do, but we need to make sure that our hope stays high and our discontent stays low. Those are the 2 main things that we need to watch out for. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now, food. There'll be no city if you starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Already done. And that's why this here pops up. With basic resources secured for now, we can try to rescue the people we left behind. Build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. You'll need a workshop to design plans for more advanced buildings. Also that is already done. So we basically completed 2 missions at once. I am just a little bit ahead of what we're actually supposed to be doing. Have you already researched it? Yes. So I guess at the very beginning here, let's see, the coal thumper, the sawmill, what could we possibly need? Steam hubs, heaters. Hunter's gear? Thanks to better snowshoes and enhanced camouflage, hunters setting out from the hunter's hut will return with more raw food from each hunt, up to 20 raw food per hunt. Okay, so I think we're gonna do that. That seems reasonable. Take a look at our temperature. is still doing fine. And we need to find us 5 engineers somewhere. Where are our engineers working? Over here. So let's grab those 5 engineers and plop them into there so we can take care of our 3 sick people. When they're sick, they're obviously not working. And that's not good. We want them to work for sure. And next on the list is, of course, we need to build a beacon. That has to happen. Let's see, I don't think the temperature matters for it. Thing cost us 20 wood, 35 steel. Yep, that's fine. And we're just gonna put it, where are we gonna put it? I think the best thing would be over here. And it asks us to build a road, so we will do exactly that. Beacon is built. Nice little video showing us how it goes up. I guess the only purpose of this beacon here is so that our scouts know where they have to come back to. And we have 2 missions already. The only thing is we cannot send scouts because we don't have any. Let's take a look. What do we have to do? We need 5 workers that don't have a job. So we're gonna take them out of here. And we're gonna make them scouts. And we have 2 things that we can do. A lost expedition is the one that the woman asked us to do. So I think we will do that right away. And it takes us 11 hours. So let's go, guys. Most of our people should hopefully be in bed. That's why we built them all those nice tents for. And we have 4 people that are being treated in our medical post. We can actually look at this. Those are our 4 here. The status. This person is sick but being treated. These ones you actually have no more issues. But they need another 15, 16 and 23 hours until we get them back into our workforce. What's going on over here? A protective mother. A mother has refused to let her daughter go to work, afraid she'll get injured. We could look the other way this time, but others might see it as unfair. There is no way in hell that we can look at the other way, especially here. Hope will rise slightly, and here nothing will change. So I'd rather have another worker. That is important, and we will make no exceptions. And our scouts have reached our lost expedition. Here we have it. The rest of our people made camp here. Too exhausted to go on. We should escort them to the city. We have survivors, which means we're getting more people in. Now we can click right there, and it says a happy reunion. We enter the camp, appearing out of the driving snow. A choir of excited voices welcomes us. Thank God you found us. We had been wandering for days until we couldn't go on any longer. Soon we'd begin to starve. Children and adults around us, packed and ready to go. And we have sites discovered, the gloomy cave and the sturdy shelter. We can escort the survivors to the city. Scouts will set out towards our city and bring the survivors quickly and safely with them. Which brings us 3 kids, 9 engineers and 22 workers. Or I could send them there. Survivors will set out towards our city on their own. It will take longer and some of them may die. I don't think we can afford any one of them to die. We need people that work in our city. So we're just gonna tell them, go on. As soon as you're back, in only 5 hours, we will send you back out, either the same direction or another one. Doesn't really matter. And the hunter's gear is researched. We can research something else. Let's take another look. We could at the very beginning go for faster gathering. Just so the stuff that's laying around we will get it faster, but I think a sawmill would be cool. Turns frozen trees into usable material, producing up to 80 wood per standard workday. Yeah, I think that's pretty insane. We're gonna go for that. I think that's gonna help us out a lot more than faster gathering, especially in the long run. All these trees here that are fallen, we can just pick them up with the sawmill. And the scouts are back at the city. Wonderful. Everything goes so fast here. People from our convoy, reunions. It's heartwarming to see families reunited after so many hardships. But shouldn't there be other settlements nearby? The first expeditions left London long ago. They ought to be well established by now. They'll surely help us find our footing. We will look for the others. Yes, we will. We're gonna go straight back to our map, and we can go to the gloomy cave, the observatory, or the sturdy shelter. Let's see, that takes 22 hours, that takes 20, and that takes 15. Sturdy shelter looks interesting though. I think we're gonna go there first. It takes 22 hours. We could go to the closest first, but I do want to check out the sturdy shelter. And I'm not just saying that, I really don't remember what's there. The last time that I've played this game has been so long ago. I'm just assuming it's something good. Let's see, we need 4 more houses. We could just build them 1, 2, 3, 4. They do need a road. I don't want to build another one in the back there. Let's see. You here. Gonna get rid of you. And then we're gonna build a road all the way over to here. That should make all of those happy. Now it turned red. Red means the street is under construction. Very, very good. And it is 5 o'clock the next day. And the temperature is about to drop to negative 40 degrees. Remember this picture here? That's what it looks like right now at negative 20. Not that bad at all. Not that bad at all. But let's wait until we get to negative 40. It's not going to be quite as nice, I tell you that much. And we're going to get ready for that occurrence with a second medical post right away. Better have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And I know for a fact we will need it. Currently we already have 5 patients being treated in this one here. The first one is coming out in about 20 hours. We can only treat 5 people at a time in there. And the book of laws. So in here the next thing that I want to take care of is this here. We have soup or food additives. What's what? Let's see. New recipe, soup. Available in cookhouses. Hope will fall slightly, discontent will rise slightly, and eating soup will cause discontent. So they're not happy about soup. That's not good. Food additives. New recipe, sawdust meal. Hope will fall slightly, discontent will rise slightly. Some people eating sawdust meals will fall ill. So we can basically choose between one or the other. We can either make soup or we put sawdust into the food. Some people eating sawdust meals will fall ill. We don't want that. So we will probably go for soup to make our rations last longer since we are pretty low on them. And the temperature is dropping. Take a look at our overview. And we have now reached negative 40 degrees. And yes, the generator is still on, but we are still chilly and actually cold in the medical outposts. That is not good at all. Not good at all. People want something, but I also want to put 5 engineers in here ASAP so we can treat them. But how can we help over here? Double rations for the kids. In the wake of recent child work accident, the parents argued that we could give working children double rations to make them strong and help prevent injuries. Good idea. Working children will eat double rations. Hope will rise. Or no, we can't afford it. We can definitely not afford it. We do not have enough food to go around as it stands right now. So that is definitely a horrible idea. Let's see. Is this here now too cold to actually work in it? It may be. That gathering is currently not possible. Can we build a gathering post? Let's see. Resources. Gathering post? Yes, we can build a gathering post right here. Or right there. We cannot reach all of them. So I think we're going to build one right here. That's probably making the most sense right now. Then we're going to go into our tool and we build a road. Coming all the way out. Just like that. And the sawmill is researched. The next thing that I want to research is in heating. And I'm going to research the steam hub. The steam hub. When powered by the generator, these contraptions create additional smaller heat zones around them. Each active, unmodified steam hub consumes 3 coal per hour. That is quite a lot. No question about it. But we can use one to power up 3 of our medical posts, I believe, if I remember correctly. So let's see how that works out for us. And we're going to put 10 people in here. Let's see what's going on over here. We're going to take those workers out and we're going to put them into here instead. And they should now gather both of those. Yep, perfect. Hopefully that will help us to get less people gravely ill. The only thing we definitely need is another medical outpost. Managing the gravely ill and the ill in general is always a good idea in this game. But I just noticed our scouts are waiting. How long have they been waiting? It's probably been a minute. I didn't pay attention to it. Let's see what we have. Search the area. The trail leads to another city. The shelter is comfortable and well equipped with emergency supplies. There is a notice posted by the heavy rounded door. To all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This means there's another city out there. A signpost by the trail points in 2 directions. London, 1,934 miles. Home, 27 miles. Sites discovered, steel bridge. So we're going to take the resources. We're going to get 216 wood and 103 rations. And 1 steam core. That's great. We're definitely going to grab that. Question is, are we going to go on? Or are we going to return to the city first? The thing is, If we go on, there's always a chance of our scouts dying. Not sure where, but they can definitely die or lose it, a bear attack, all sorts of stuff can happen to them. I think I'm gonna send them straight back to the city first, and it only takes 11 hours to get there. The way between paths they already know is much shorter than paths they're going for the first time. That is also something important to keep in mind. We have currently 0 rations, 0 food, so it is about time for them to get back here and deliver us those 104 rations. We will need those badly. And here we are. Treat the gravely ill. That's what we wanted to do anyways. So now we have the choice between radical treatment and sustain life. With radical treatment, the gravely ill will be treated in medical posts. Hope will rise slightly. About 30% of the gravely ill treated in medical posts will be left as amputees. Therefore, they cannot work. Or we can do sustain life. The gravely ill will be kept alive but untreated in medical posts. Hope will rise slightly, discontent will rise slightly, and the gravely ill will not be treated and remain a burden. The gravely ill will take up beds in a medical post. Neither of the two is really a good option, but I'd rather have 30% amputees, yeah, before I have 100% of the gravely ill not working at all. So that's what we're gonna do. Hope is rising, but discontent is as well. We need to be careful. Let's start another research at very first. In resources, we need a coal mine. How much does it cost me to upgrade the second row here? And yes, it takes time and resources to get even into the second row. So we're definitely gonna do that. Let's see, where is my steam hub? Right here. So we can build one right there. Can actually build one. Let's see, let's pause this game. And let's build us a road from here to there. And then I should be able, theoretically, to put one back here. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. And we can build all sorts of medical posts in the vicinity. So let's make sure that happens. And it's built. You can see the snow has been molten immediately in this area here. I did not see what that said. That said our scouts are back. But let's pause it real quick. And now our medical posts are working again. Because they're nice and warm. Well, they're chilly, but they're at least warm enough to work. And when we don't need it, we can turn it off. So we can keep on going to the steel bridge, to the gloomy cave or the observatory. Let's take a look on the time. 1 day and 8 hours, 20 hours, 15 hours. We're gonna go to the observatory just because it's shorter, and we will take a look at what we can find there. And our temperature will rise 1 level back up here very shortly. That's just what we need, to be quite honest. That is very, very good. Wonderful. Now we can research coal mining. Cost us 20 and 10, and it costs us a steel core to actually get one of those up and going. But that is highly important, so we're gonna go for that right away, just so we have it. The scouts have reached the observatory. Let's see what they found. Survivors. Very good. The sun is dimming. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explain that they came here for help, but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere by these southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. Okay. So what do we have here? We have 4 kids, 18 engineers, and 12 workers. We probably just gonna escort them back, to be quite honest. That's probably the smartest thing we can do. Every time when we are talking about survivors or a really good cache, I think it makes more sense to get him back than to risk losing a bunch of them. We have another law ready. Wonderful. Let's see what we got. We could... Emergency shifts. I think that's probably the best we can do right now. Yeah. We're gonna implement emergency shifts in case we need it. We have it available to us. And we can just invoke it whenever we need it. I think that will work out for us. And it just got slightly warmer again. Let's see if I turn this here off. It will take less coal from us. And our outposts are still only chilly. They are not cold, which means they can still operate. Wonderful. So now we're saving 3 coal an hour, which is exactly the kind of thing that we need. When the temperature falls again, we can turn it back on. And we can go back and forth like that, basically forever. Before we do anything, we need more medical outposts. Desperately. I'm gonna build another 3 here. This one here needs a road, you can have that as well. To make sure that our people get back up and working. We cannot run out of people, or it's game over. Our scouts are back, bring in fresh people in, and we're gonna send them right back out. Here's a crash site, 21 hours away. We have a gloomy cave, 20 hours away, and we have that steel bridge back there. So I think we're gonna go for the gloomy cave first. It's only 20 hours, so let's do that. And we have our first amputation. To save this patient's life, we had to perform an amputation. As a result, this person won't be able to work. Yeah, we will, but currently we don't have a choice, so we will need to wait. We still are on cooldown currently. We also now have 28 homeless, which in turn, of course, means we need 3 tents. No choice there. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. Needs roads. Can have those as well. Just gonna complete that row here. A frightened patient. One of our people is facing death, but he's still refusing amputation. He keeps screaming that he doesn't want anyone to touch his leg and he won't change his mind, even though gangrene will kill him in a matter of hours. Cut off his leg, will be left as an amputee, or let him be and this person will die. We will cut off his leg, if he likes it or not, because currently we have no way of dealing with the dead. So yeah, there's that. That's the main reason. Other than that, I would have happily let him die. And we need to build our first sawmill. That is very important. Where are we at? Sawmill right here. So we could, for example, where could we put it? So we are getting as many of those trees as we can in one swoop. Something like this here. That should do. All it wants is a street. You can have one of those as well. For all I care. Just gonna build along here. This here is gonna go in a little bit, but it's best we can do. And we can research the next thing. Sawmill upgrade. What does that do? Allows us to introduce workplace improvements that will raise the efficiency of all sawmills and steam sawmills by 25%. We don't need that right now. I think we need steel works. Yeah, that's what we need. Because we don't really have any renewable source of steel. Well, nothing's renewable, but we have nothing where we could get any more steel from. We have everything gathered. Yeah, the steel wreckage here is another 17. And that's that. This wood crate here, yeah, that one is just gone. This gathering post here will now only gather 5 an hour. A total of 15 that are still left, so in 3 hours we're going to be completely out of steel. That is suboptimal. Let's make sure that I build all this stuff here. And at that point I think we're going to be fine. Not a problem, heating problem. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the low temperatures in their homes. They quite sensibly point out that it's easy to fall ill when it's cold and you ask to address the problem. You'll have to start heating 2 of the cold homes within 2 days. Then keep them heated for 2 days. No. Should be possible. With our steam heater here. Let's see. Are those here cold? No. What's the area of this one here? Does it heat 2 homes? I don't think so. I think it heats only 1 home. Yes. Dang it. So we need to build another one of those. That's what we need to do. Not a big problem though. It's always important to keep those promises that we make. Otherwise, people are not going to be happy with us. At all. Let's build though another road here in the back. It's going to cost us a little bit of wood, but it's okay. And then we can put our heater, our steam hub back here. Should be good enough then for all of those houses at once. If we do it, we try to do it as efficient as we can, because it costs us a bunch of coal. The wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. Yeah, that's how it works in real life too. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. Thank you very much. That was the plan from the beginning, but I appreciate the words of wisdom, I guess. The houses are built. We should have no more homeless. Yes, that's right. And also the hub is built here in the back. And now we just gotta keep him warm for 2 days. Pretty easy and straightforward. But at this point here, I'm gonna put the workers in here. So this here is now operational. Not right now because it's in the middle of the night, 2:56 a.m. But other than that, we are looking pretty decent. We now have the capacity to take care of 30 ill patients at the same time, and we still have 18 left out. Not good. We're also very low on food, so I will need to build another hunter's hut somewhere. Not sure where. We could just build it back here. I don't think that will cause an issue. Yeah, we're gonna pull it right there. But yeah, I think that is a good moment to stop on the first episode. We are in day 7, and there are many more days to come before we are actually finishing this game. So yeah, I would say if you enjoy the content and you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave a like on the video and comment down below. What do you think about Frostpunk? I love the concept of it, and I personally cannot wait until Frostpunk 2. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on it. And with that, I say thank you and peace.